When it comes to spooky, hair-raising horror, no one does it quite like the king of horror, Stephen King. His novels have the ability to send shivers down our spines, and right now, we're witnessing an incredible revival of Stephen King adaptations. These exciting stories are grabbing everyone's attention in theaters and on TV like never before. Horror enthusiasts and Stephen King fans would be absolutely thrilled if a modern adaptation of the 90s ABC miniseries based on King's chilling book, The Langoliers, hit the screens. Just imagine the suspense and terror brought to life with today's technology and storytelling. It's bound to be a wild ride. Get ready for an exhilarating journey as we dive into the intriguing origins of the Langoliers. Let's uncover their secrets and discover what makes them truly fascinating. Before we go into our explanation, we have a very small request. If you like our content, please support us by subscribing to our channel. This is a small click for you, but for us, it means a lot. Thank you. Let's begin. What are the Langoliers? Langoliers are interdimensional creatures from Stephen King's novel of the same name, one of the parts of the 4 stories and 4 Past Midnight novella. They consume the past with their gigantic mouths, leaving a vast emptiness in their wake. They are spherical-shaped creatures with the ability to travel through time. Often described as timekeepers who consume those who get displaced in time, erasing remnants of the past as a form of temporal scavenger. Most of the time you can tell they're around or consuming by this crunching, static noise that carries pretty far. If looked carefully, Langoliers and Reapers share similarities as timekeepers, but with distinct differences. Both of them eliminate people who have disrupted the timeline, but the Reapers offer their victims a chance to return from where they came. In contrast, the Langoliers' victims are consumed and erased from existence with no second chances. The Langoliers' role in Stephen King's universe. In the book, on a red-eye flight from Los Angeles to Boston, 10 passengers wake up to find that the crew and most passengers have vanished. The remaining 10 passengers include an off-duty pilot, a blind girl with minor psychic abilities, a 5th-grade teacher, a British embassy attaché, a retired engineer, a businessman, a teen violinist, a rehab-bound teenager, a mystery author, and an irritable banker. The pilot lands the plane in Bangor, Maine, to avoid any crashes, but the airport is eerily deserted. The atmosphere of the airport is strange. There's no smell, electricity, or echoes. Food and drink are tasteless. One of the passengers, Craig, believes they are victims of the Langoliers, monsters from his childhood that punish those who waste their time. As time goes on, Craig begins to lose his grip on reality, experiencing hallucinations and becoming increasingly abusive. After some time, Bob proposes a theory that they may have crossed through a time rip, similar to the aurora borealis they observed over the Mojave Desert. He suggests that the only way to return to their reality is to fly back through the northern lights. Without wasting any time, the passengers come together to refuel the plane. Due to Craig's unstable mental state, he believes the others are Langoliers and ends up killing 2 people. As the rest of the group boards the plane, they soon notice 2 blobs approaching their aircraft from the forest, which gradually multiply into hundreds more. It turns out, Craig was right. They are the Langoliers. Brian describes them in horror as large, dark, ball-like monsters that expand and contract. They have curved, cave-like mouths and jagged, fuzzy teeth, leaving behind some sort of black void wherever they go. The first 2 Langoliers move past the plane, giving Engel enough time to get the aircraft moving toward the runway. On board, Bob theorizes that the Langoliers serve as the timekeepers of eternity, tasked with cleaning up the remnants of the past by consuming it. The plane takes off, and as they fly, the passengers watch the land below fall into a formless black void. Throughout this journey, all the characters come to realize they harbor significant regrets about their pasts, and the trip through the rift has allowed them to confront and come to terms with their actions. As they approach the Aurora, Bob understands that they must be asleep to safely navigate the rift. Nick volunteers to take control of the plane, fully aware that it will cost him his life. As the plane travels through the rift, a sudden pressure drop causes everyone to fall asleep. During the passage, Nick disappears, leaving only his dental filings and an artificial knee behind. The survivors wake up unharmed, though some have suffered minor nosebleeds due to a pressure drop. They find themselves in a deserted Los Angeles, where they hear a relaxing hum instead of the ominous sound of the Langoliers. Bob and Albert conclude that they have traveled into the future, realizing that the world isn't dead, but rather waiting for the present to catch up. Seeking shelter to avoid human traffic at the airport, they observe holograms of people and various activities. Suddenly, a flash occurs, sending them back to the present. As they leave the airport, they feel relieved at being home again. Book comparison to the TV series. The Langoliers horror miniseries originally aired on the ABC network. It consisted of 2 episodes, each of them 1.5 hours. It was written and directed by Tom Holland and produced by Mitchell Gallen and David R. Capps. The miniseries portrayed the exact events that were described in the novel. The flight of a Lockheed L-1011 takes off from Los Angeles to Boston. Passengers who were asleep on the plane discover that most of the others had vanished, almost as if they had disappeared into thin air, leaving only their belongings behind. Unable to contact any radio towers, they made a quick landing at Bangor International Airport due to its long runway and lighter traffic. The rest of the series is the same as what was mentioned in the books. The airport is unusual. Every object, whether food or drinks, is dull and tasteless. After refueling, they board to leave when the Langoliers arrive to fulfill their task of erasing the past by consuming them. The passengers cross the time rift, and while some make it safely back home, others die or sacrifice themselves for the greater good. Although the Langoliers lacks the scary, multi-dimensional characters we typically expect, it compensates with an abundance of mystery and spookiness. The creatures are created in the unique CGI style of the 90s. They look strangely artificial, but have an unsettling, creepy quality. Features of the Langoliers. They are portrayed as ravenous furballs with no legs and 3 mandibles. Their only source of sustenance appears to be time. As time progresses, they consume the universe that is left behind in their void-like stomach. The Langoliers have no visible organs except for skin, chainsaw-type sharp teeth, and jaws. Unlike the monsters described by Toomey in his father's stories, which had fur and legs, these creatures possess an almost reptilian skin texture. Their means of movement is flight, yet they don't have any wings or any propulsive organs, which makes their flight or levitation movement a mystery. Although they have no brains, eyes, or sensory organs, they still seem capable of detecting sounds and sights to hunt organic prey. These creatures can consume all kinds of earthly matter, which must be the reason why their teeth are as sharp as no animal predators. It's tough to really say how smart they are, since there isn't much solid information about them in videos or movies. Marvelous verdict. Like several Stephen King stories, the true power of the Langoliers lies in its tension and the eerie sound of the monsters approaching. A reboot utilizing modern CGI advancements can vividly portray the time rift described in Stephen King's novella, creating a visually stunning adaptation similar to the fright induced by the new Pennywise clown in It. Unlike the 90s miniseries, which struggled with CGI limitations, a new version could effectively showcase the terror of the Langoliers and their timeless world. Which Stephen King book would you like to see on the big screen? Don't forget to mention them in the comment section below. And if you liked our content, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to us if you haven't already. Have a good one, be safe, and thanks everyone.